Hey, what's up? It's Jang here again with a look at my new charger, my Dynamite Passport Ultra Duo. I did a whole unboxing video for this and turned it on and took you through the menu system and stuff, and I looked back at that video footage and I just didn't like it. It was too rambly for me. So what I've done instead here is I've actually used the thing for a couple of days. I've gotten pretty familiar with it. Familiar with the good things of it, the bad things of it. So I'm just going to give you a very quick rundown, not a review. This does not count as a review because it's not thorough at all, but just some quick thoughts on the product on the whole so far. First off, this is a very heavy thing. It's AC/DC, so it actually has an AC power supply built in. This is a metal case. The whole thing is aluminum, and it acts as a big heat sink and heat dissipator. Also has a fan on the side, pushes air right through the whole thing. Dual charger, you can see that it has two separate displays. It actually has two separate chargers inside of it. They are, as far as I know, they're not connected in any way except that they both get their power from the same source. I did say AC/DC because you can plug this thing in to a DC power source. There are two, there's a plus and minus over here on the side, so you can use this in the field if you're going to be someplace where you're only going to have access to your car, car battery, something like that. Or if you have a power supply for some reason you don't want to use the power supply that's built into this, it's not going to give you any gain using an external power supply, but the option is there. They do not include the wires to hook up to a DC power supply with this, but you can buy that separately. I'm assuming, I haven't actually looked at that product, but I'm assuming it'll have alligator clips included with it. They do give you two external balance boards. I personally highly prefer these external balance boards because it's just a lot more flexible in what you can do with the physical configuration of your workspace with these. In my case, I'm going to have my batteries are going to be down below on another little level down here, and when you have the balance outputs built into a charger directly, you have to put your battery right there, right on top of it, especially if you don't have long balance leads. And I don't like long balance leads on batteries anyway, so hopefully most of them won't have ones that are too long. The main outputs, you see that I've hooked up some of these multi-charger, multi-outlet connector sets on either side. Those do not come with this. What they give you with this are a pair of EC3, this is the Horizon exclusive design, EC3 charge plugs, and that's it. That's it for main charge plugs that they give you. So unless you use all Horizon products, you will need to get different connectors, and I do recommend that you get these multi ones. Well, unless you have the ability to change everything over. I test so many different things that I absolutely need to have all these different connectors. The outputs here are just 4mm, so you can just plug in your regular standard 4mm balance plugs. There's a little USB port down here, which is a full-size USB port. Charges at up to 1 amp, so you can plug in all of your phone charger type setups there, as well as if you've got any little toy grade RC helicopters or multi-copters that have a USB charger that they come with. You can plug that in. There's also there are also two mini USB plugs here, but those actually not your standard mini, but the smaller, not the flattest kind. I don't know the names of each one off the top of my head, but those are also just alternate outputs for USB, so it's not a computer connection port or anything like that. So the first and only negative thing that I've come across with this so far, it is a little bit of an annoyance, it is a little bit of an inconvenience that every time you turn it on, it seems to go back to a default. It doesn't save the configuration that you last had active. So in my case, I had a memory slot selected last time where it was 7.4 volts and I believe 5 amps is the standard. I had that on this side, and on the other side I had a nickel metal setup selected, and it just defaulted back to LiPo 2 amps 2S. So that's a little bit of an annoyance, but fortunately the memory system in this is very good. This is not the same. It looks like a very familiar UI, and I myself thought that it was going to be just an upgraded version of you know, the standard Thunder or whatever, you know, all the generic chargers that are out there as far as the software is concerned. But no, it is definitely not the case. This is a cut above. Find that out as soon as you go into memory. So memory, there it is, memory on this side. You can see completely independent controls here. Oh, that's another thing. Another small annoyance is that because these are completely separate, you have to set up memory on both of them separately. It's not going to share memory between the two. But the good thing about the memory is, like I said, it's very good. I'm going to go ahead and go into the selection on this one. That's the key thing right there. It's the most important, the number one thing that really sets this apart from the standard generic charger setups. The memory starts with battery type. So it does not save your battery memory slots by battery chemistry like the normal ones do, where you select a battery chemistry from the menu first, you know, LiPo, NiCad, lead, acid, whatever. And then from within the one you selected, let's say within LiPo, then you have memory slots. You have to go back. If you want to go from a LiPo memory slot to a nickel metal memory slot, you have to go to select your chemistry type first, then go and select a memory slot. With this one, the battery type is saved with the memory slot. So battery voltage, charge current, discharge current, and minimum discharge. This is awesome for racers, especially folks who race in one cell. This allows you to set the maximum voltage on the cells. So normally you think of LiPo cells as being topped out at 4.2 volts. In reality, they can take around 4.21, 4.22 volts. I haven't seen the exact number, but I've heard from plenty of racers that run pan cars especially, that you can take them up. And if you're running, you know, one cell with no timing, no ramping, low, you know, high turn numbers, so slow motors, a little bit of extra voltage, especially in really competitive racing classes, can make a big difference. So unlike most chargers that are, you know, that are not top of the line top racing chargers, this one will allow you to adjust that and set it up to 4.21, 4.22. See if it'll go even higher. Look at that. It keeps going up to all the way up to 4.3 at your own risk. Pretty much everybody watching this video, pretty much anybody who watches my stuff, should leave it right there. Never touch it. Temperature cutoff. There is a temperature port on the front. There's one for each channel. It's a separate accessory that you have to buy separately. And save program. That's it. So there we go. So battery memory number 1, and it shows you just really quickly a summary of what's in there. And I've got another one that's already saved, the second one, nickel metal, 8.4. You know, it's for a Traxxas 7-cell pack, like one of these. So there you go. You can easily swap between the two. Oops, it's click and hold. There we go. That one's loaded. Now if I want to get to the other memory slot, click and hold, and it's good to go that quickly, switching between two. So that's really convenient. I'll take the time to set these up, and you know, I'll be good to go on that. Also, if you don't want to have to go through memory to switch between two different things, so let me select this LiPo one again, right there. You know, let's say I want to, right now, I want to switch to a 3-cell pack just real quick, and you know, I just want to get to it. There, done. Oops, yeah, there we go. And of course, I don't have the battery hooked up to it right now, but it's that quick and easy to just make the selection, which is the way it should be. I mean, they don't really deserve props for making it that simple, but compared to the last more expensive, fancier, higher end charger that I use, this is just way easier to use. So I've used this, like I said, for a couple days now. I've done some lipos, I've done some nickel metals, I've done some cycling of nickel metals. They do, let's see. Oops, come on, there we go. Keep forgetting the click once versus the click and hold. Within here, I can go over to cycle. So within cycle, you can, you know, do your normal automatic charge and then discharge, or discharge and then charge, you know, for helping to just do maintenance on nickel chemistry packs. And that's about it for this one. So a couple of quirks for sure. Not having shared memory between the two is definitely the biggest negative for me, but everything else has been pretty convenient about it, and I think that I'm going to be happy with this purchase long term. I know there are quad chargers out there. A lot of folks have quad chargers, and a lot of folks like to quickly comment that, oh, well, mine does 4 at once. Well, it's not always about quantity. It's also about quality. Most of the 4-channel, not all, most of the 4-channel all-in-one chargers have a 50-watt max per channel, 50 watts each, which translates to less than 3 amps on a regular 4-cell battery for an 8th scale. Less than 3 amps. This one does 200 watts per channel. It does have a hard limit of 10 amps at any time, but you can put a 4-cell battery in there and charge it at 10 amps. You can charge both sides at 10 amps. You can charge a 6-cell at, what is it, 8 amps, something like that. I haven't done the math on it, but it's pretty powerful. It's more powerful than most. Not the most powerful charger out there. Most more powerful chargers are going to be AC/DC. Are going to be DC only. I specifically did not want a DC charger. I wanted this. I wanted all-in-one ability to charge 2 things at once at 10 amps, and including fast charging 4 cells, and the ability to charge a 6-cell, because I do use 6-cell. I will probably be using more of those off into the future. So I am very happy with this. It was the best buy that I could find for the very specific needs that I had for me. It's not going to be the best thing for everybody. Plenty of folks are still going to be happy with the Thunder AC6 or, you know, anything like that you know, charge at 5 amps or 6 amps on a single channel, you know, $40, $50, whatever, AC, and you're done, you're good. A lot of folks are going to want more than this. A lot of folks are going to want 4-channel with the limited amperage, just because they want to throw a whole bunch of batteries on at once and then go away for 2 or 3 hours, you know, and not have to worry about it. For me, this is what I wanted. 10 amps per channel times 2, all in one. Minimum number of wires, keeps things you know, relatively tidy in my workspace, and thus far it's working out pretty well for me. So that's it for my thoughts thus far on the Dynamite Passport Ultra Duo. Thanks for watching.